My name is Khalil Nur Khalil, Economic Advisor to Katsina State Government.
All right. I see that you are a part of the organizer for this event. A lot has gone into this. My first question would be, how do we, or how do you think some of the outcomes or some of the major things that has been said here as regards driving investment further into the northern part of the country can be implemented? Some school of thought believe that, well, this is not the first time this type of gathering would be coming up. It's more of talk, but then when it comes to action, we see less. So, how do you think some of these things can be actionable?
First of all, this event itself is historic in nature. It has actually never happened. So I don't know if anybody says these things keep happening. This one hasn't happened yet. I've never actually had um, a charter of cooperation between our 19 northern governors ever on economic development. This is the first of its kind. We're optimistic that since it's the first of its kind, then the implementation will also be the first of its kind. There's accountability frameworks, implementation frameworks. This thing is everybody's fully aware and fully on board. We're going to keep monitoring it, especially us as youths. What we intend to achieve with this is look, what exactly is our vision and plan for the next 10, 20 years, right? The fact that we have gotten their commitment is the first key step. You cannot implement something without having the right commitments from the right stakeholders. So that's the first step. And I feel once we have that accountability framework going forward, everybody is aware. We get to keep up with the progress and implementation. And we're coming back here every year and be saying benchmarking, peer review learning, and saying, where are we on this? We haven't done this. We need to action this. Action, 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 action. That's all we're after.
So, from this summit, a call has gone on to governors. You are an economic advisor to a state governor. Where do you stand? On one hand, people say, well, let's put some more focus on the governors. They have more resources now. While on the other hand, some persons like former Senate President has said that it's beyond the governors. Where do you stand? Do you think the governors are doing enough? Do you think your governor is doing enough? Do you also think that they can't do more than what they are doing at the moment, considering the resources available?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, number one, I have to say my governor is doing an excellent job. He's doing it to the best of his ability. Naturally, he's my employer, my mentor and my boss. But yeah, the question, everybody's right, right? It's nobody's wrong on this conversation. Everybody can do more. Honestly speaking, regionally speaking, we can do more. That's why we're saying, let's all come together, all the governors. What exactly do we need to do and push things forward, right? They can do better. They do have more resources, but the question is, what are we going to do with those resources? That's the answer we want to solve and answer here. That's the question we want to answer here. So what I feel we can do is look. Every state government has its own comparative advantage. Every state government should think of itself as a country absent fiscal and monetary policy. What vision do you want to craft for your country and for your state government and so on and so forth, but within a regional context? What do we want the North to be known for? So if you do your state development plan, it needs to be aligned with some sort of regional plan, national plan, continental plan, and international plan. Then it cascades down all the way to the local governments. They have more fiscal autonomy. They should also be charged with doing what they need to do. And if you notice, if everybody at every single tier is doing their job, then the country will progress. Not the one where a local government chairman is hiding behind the governor is hiding behind the president, and so on and so forth. So I'm enjoying this. I am excited that everybody's getting called out. Even myself, I'm an economic advisor. So surely after this, we're going to have to take the economic development plan and make sure I advise that it is implemented. And so on. Yeah.
Let's talk about the young people. They play a critical role in development. We cannot talk about investment. We cannot talk about what is happening in the north, and not also talk about the young population, the teeming young population in the north. You are a young person yourself, alongside some other couple of young people who are privileged to be in political positions in the north. How would this cascade down? How would this benefit? There was a paper on technology. Beyond that, what else do a young northerner, stand to gain by the time some of these things come into fusion?
A lot actually. Look, our generation is way more open, way more access. Those of us in very privileged positions like us, we need to continue to open the gateway to give others an opportunity, and we do that. We have helped a lot of people, and will continue to do so. And we hope those ones that we have helped will also help others, and so on, and it cascades down. What I do want to advise though is you don't blanket shame the whole public service and be like politicians are X. I will not approach them. It will never be implemented and so on. Have an open mind. People don't believe it when we say we have implemented this, we have done this and so on. So we play a key role. This whole thing is youth driven. It's us that organize this thing. The panelists are our friends. It's our network. You're a young guy. I'm a young guy, and so on. So I just feel like, look, it's time to just set aside all the differences, all the religion, all the politics. Let's just get to work. What can we do on economic development? Even if you're in a rural community, hit us up. If you have access to us, message us, email us, whatever it is that you need to do. We are open to it. We'll take it in, and that's why we handed over the submissions yesterday by saying, look, guys, you were heard, right? Your submission wasn't just typing and then that was it. You were heard, we compiled it, we have given it to these guys, and we're going to follow up to ensure that this thing is implemented. May God help us.
Finally, let me get your thoughts on insecurity. There's an intersection between security, economic, and investment. You're an economic advisor from Casina. Casina has had its own fair share of insecurity in recent times. What's your thoughts? What do you think? People say, I recall the governor of Nasarawa yesterday saying that, well, we should all take the blame. Governors, everybody, security is everyone's job. So I feel that should be solved. And realistically, how do you think that can be solved to give way for investments?
The issue of insecurity, the solution to insecurity is economic development. When people have jobs, when people are secure, when people have proper incomes, they live with dignity, they will not become bandits. When people are educated, there's proper health care and so on and so forth, you will not have insecurity. It's because of the joblessness, ungoverned spaces, lack of economic activities generally across the north that gives birth to this, because the banditry is a business. It's also an economy on its own. So provide a parallel structure that is better, more dignified, and people will naturally go there. Nobody wants to be bombing and killing people. It's not something anybody wants to do for the rest of their lives, right? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a parallel economy to this, whatever it is that's happening. And we're trying to say this is the way we want to go. Everybody else will converge to this, inshallah. So
I know there are a couple of peace talks with bandits going on in the northern parts. I would like to confirm if Katsina State is also having any form of peace talks with bandits.
no, 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 no. So look, the position of the state government is clear. Our governor has said it. We don't negotiate with bandits, but if they are the ones willing to do peace talks and whatever, we're all about securing the lives and property of our citizens. Again, it comes back to what I'm telling you. Economic development is the solution to insecurity, right? Whether bandits are negotiating, whether bandits are not negotiating, let us build an economy for everybody. Let us live in a dignified way. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless.